In this video, we are going to continue with dividing fractions. In our previous lesson, we kind of introed and did some fractions and whole numbers. Today, we are going to look at when it is two fractions. So let's get started. All right, so we are going to be using the exact same process that we're using yesterday, with the exception that we are going to have two fractions instead of a whole number and a fraction. But still the same process. We are going to be using our keep, change, flip, our Kentucky chicken fried, and that is how we are going to solve. So if say I had 4/5 divided by 3/10, like in this example here, I would keep the 4/5 the same, change the division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. If you guys remember, flip means reciprocal. So remember, if you are asked what is the reciprocal of something, that is what we are talking about. And then you would just multiply like normal, and then we get 40 over 15, but we need to ask ourselves how many 15s fit into 40, which would be two wholes, because 15 times 2 is 30, and then we're going to have a denominator of 15. So since 15 times 2 is 30, we need 10 more to get up to our numerator of 40. And then we can simplify that 10/15 by dividing both of these by 5, which would simplify, as you can see, to 2 2/3. All right, so that's our basic process. Let's look at what it looks like. All right, Simon buys half a yard of material. He uses 1/6 yard of the material to make a foot bag. How many foot bags can Simon make? So, as you guys can see here, we are starting with a half a yard. So that's the number that's going to go first. Remember, we talked about in the last lesson, whatever you have in front of you, the thing that you're cutting up or splitting up, that is what goes first. So in this case, we have half a yard of material. That is going to go first, and we are cutting it up or dividing it into 1/6 pieces. All right? So we're figuring out how many 1/6 fit into 1/2. We do have a visual model over here. However, not really the most clear. That's why we just like to use our algorithm instead. I'm going to keep my 1/2 the same, change to multiplication, and then flip to 6 over 1. 1 times 6 gives us 6. 2 times 1 gives us 2. And then 6 over 2 gives us 3. So we can make 3 foot bags. And as you can see here, if I divided this up into 6 and I took half of it, there are 3 1/6 in the group. So that's another way visually that you can see it. All right, let's move on. Find 1/4 divided by 3/8. So visually, what I could do is split this up into 8s and then shade a fourth of it and figure out how many of the, and then shade 3 of them, figure out how many 1/4 would be in that. But that's, again, not what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using our algorithm because the models get a little too hard to see sometimes, depending on if the fractions are friendly or not. All right. So 1/4, I'm going to first always write out my KCF first so I know exactly what steps I'm using. 1/4, change to multiplication, find the reciprocal or flip 3/8 to be 8 over 3. 1 times 8 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. So I have 8/12. However, I can divide both 8 and 12 by 4 to simplify. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So this would be 2/3. All right, let's keep moving. Ooh, another real world problem. Yay. Okay, so Kate has a 2/3 of a gallon of popcorn. She puts the popcorn into 1/6 gallon bags. How many bags can she fill? So again, I got a bowl of popcorn here. Let's visualize what's happening. It's about 2/3 full. And I want to make, so this whole thing is 2/3. And I want to make 1/6 groups. That's what I'm splitting up into. So again, so just kind of visualize what's happening. So I have 2/3. That's what I'm starting with because that is the popcorn that I have. And I'm dividing it into 1/6 gallon bags. All right, I see fractions, I see divisions, so I'm going to start writing out my steps. KCF. Keep 2/3, change to multiplication, and flip the second one. 1/6 becomes 6/1. Now we can do this out. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3. And we're not going to say we can make 12/3 bags. We're going to divide to get an actual quotient. 12 divided by 3, or 12/3, is the same as 4. So he can make 4 bags. Or sorry, she can make 4 bags. All right, let's keep moving. All right, actually, we are going to stop right there because you guys are going to do these for Think, Pair, Share. All right, we are going to stop and we will talk about this soon. Bye, guys.